So tell me, who are you?
I am Hercules!
No, you're not. You're the Black Critic Guy.
Oh. Well, that's disappointing. Hey guys, the Black Critic Guy, and I'm here today to review the movie Hercules! Not that one though. So the movie Hercules actually has a very simple story that follows, of course, Hercules and his band of mercenary friends as they help the king of Thrace fight his enemies off. That's the entire movie right there. Or is it? And I know the first question you're going to ask, is this movie better than The Legend of Hercules? Yes. Much, much, much better, thank God! Now when I heard that The Rock was gonna play Hercules, I went, that's a great idea! But I won't lie, when I was walking into this film, I did set my expectations really low because this film was directed by Brett Ratner, who hasn't had the best track record of late and is also known as the guy who X'd out the X-Men franchise. He is infamous for that. So I walked into this movie and all I really wanted was to see some cool action scenes and see The Rock be a freaking badass. And the movie delivers exactly that. I had a lot of fun with it, and for what the movie was worth, I really enjoyed it. The first thing we gotta talk about is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as Hercules. I remember seeing this trailer interview kind of thing with Brett Ratner where he said that The Rock sat him down and looked into his eyes and said, "I was born to play Hercules." And he definitely believed that, and he freaking sold me on it because he was born to play Hercules. Not only does he fit the physique and the power factor of how I always pictured Hercules to be, but I felt like he also embodied the character very well. He was tough and witty and tough and compassionate and tough. And did I mention how tough he was? I mean, this guy, there's a scene in the movie where he's just standing in front of this guy, charging at him with a horse, and he just lifts up that horse and just throws him over. I'm like, okay, yeah, that is exactly what I wanted to see. As for his team of mercenaries, I was very pleased that each and every one of them really stood out. They had their own unique personality, their own special skill set, and they all freaking kicked ass, except for one of them who's the storyteller of the group. He tells stories about their grand conquest, and although I did find him annoying at times, I did overall enjoy him, and he did have his own standout moments. I really liked the insane guy who was a part of their group. He never said a single word, but this guy, I mean, he'd just be looking at you and he'll just charge and attack. He was freaking badass. Ian McShane, he plays like the old guy who can predict the future. He was pretty funny at times. And then you have this badass female Amazon warrior woman. She was awesome, and she held her ground against any foe and any enemy. She was definitely a part of a team, and she was never belittled. I really like that. Now, the story in the film actually has two big twists, one of which you might recognize immediately like I did, but the second one actually took me by surprise. I was surprised at the direction that the story was taking, although I probably should have saw it coming, but I personally liked the direction that they took with the story. I thought it was more convincing and made it even more epic in my opinion. But I would understand if some people were very disappointed by this twist because they kind of lied to us in the trailer about what the story in the movie was gonna be like. So I would understand your frustration, but still, I enjoyed the story. The action in the movie was fun and exhilarating. I had a blast watching all of the action scenes, and I was very happy to see Hercules and his band of mercenaries train this army of theirs, and it was pretty interesting to see them train them. And then when they would get into battle, I mean, dude, if Hercules was leading me into battle, I would have no fear. I'd be like, that's my god right there. I'm going into battle with freaking Hercules. let's get them! And this movie has the best portrayal of Hercules in an action scene. I mean, when he hits a guy, that guy goes flying and you just feel the impact every time he swings that big club of his. I mean, guys, I enjoyed the action scenes. And the last good thing about this movie is the visuals and cinematography were really solid all around. Now, as much as I did really enjoy watching this film, I do have a couple problems with it. The first and biggest problem that I have with this film was that it was so cliche and predictable. I mean, right after Hercules' backstory, you know exactly how this film is gonna play out. Exactly how it's gonna play out. And you all know my saying, I don't have a problem with cliches as long as it's done in a very interesting and entertaining way. Some of them were warranted, but the majority of them were not. Remember how I said earlier that the story in this film has two major twists? Well, one of them was so predictable. I called it after Hercules said one line. All he had to do was say one line in the entire film, and I was like, oh, it's gonna go this way now, isn't it? Oh. What do you know? As much as I thought that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson embodied Hercules, and I really enjoyed his mercenary crew, as for the rest of the characters, not so much. They didn't really stand out, and majority of them were cliche, including the Queen and the King. Especially the Queen. I mean, this girl, she is literally a walking, stereotypical woman cliche in a film like this. And lastly, I was a little disappointed at the fact that we weren't able to see a lot of mythical creature takedowns by Hercules in this film. I can't really go into deep detail about it because it would be a spoiler, but it would have been nice to have seen a little bit more of those. If I'm to be straightforward with you guys, and this is not a spoiler because this literally happens in the first 7 minutes of the film, all those mythical creature takedowns, they're all in the trailer. Every single one of them are in the trailer. Come on! But overall, although I was irritated at the clichéness and predictability of the story and its characters, and the fact that we weren't given a lot of mystical creature throwdowns as we were promised in the trailer, I still really enjoyed watching Hercules. All the action scenes were still fun, enjoyable, and thrilling. Hercules was a freaking badass, as I always wanted him to be. And Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, he just kills it as Hercules. He embodies the role perfectly. His team of mercenaries were a lot of fun, and the visuals were very solid. And that's why I'm going to give this film a 3.5 out of 5 stars. It's a really enjoyable film, and if you want to go see some fun action scenes and maybe even check out Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as Hercules, I say you should go check it out. But anyway, what did you guys think of this film? Did you really like it, or were you really disappointed and let down by it? And let me know, what is your favorite film starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson? Comment below and let me know. And stay tuned this Monday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for my monthly live chat. I decided I'm going to do it a few days earlier because, as you all know, I won't be here at the end of the month because I will be at my dearly beloved father's wedding. So, stay tuned for that. And I just found out that I Wish I Was Here is playing in my local theater, so I might watch that tomorrow and I might have a review out. Who knows? We'll just have to wait and see. But until these videos come, and also new anime review and new top 10 as well, hit that subscribe button if you're new to my channel. Welcome to the Black Critic Guy. Like this video if you really enjoyed it, and I'm Tony Wiley II, the Black Critic Guy. Till then, peace, YouTube.